Hi, I'm Crystal. Um, I don't think my testimony is all that powerful, but it is what it is. I'll start out with the fact that when I was younger, I started with a speech impediment, and I also ended up having to have excessive tubes. And I actually didn't have any motor skills, so I had to go to hand therapy for that. I have always lived with my mom. I still currently do. Love her to death. But my dad wasn't really in the picture. He was in jail for most of my life. He decided that drugs were better than his kids. So when I see him, I love him, but I never really had him to look up to. When I was about 8 or 9, I was saved, in which I had really no idea at the time what it meant. I did it mostly because I was pressured into it. Everyone did it, so why not? I didn't understand what it meant at the time to be a follower of Christ. Then I just quit going to church. Then I did, although I quit going to church, I did start reading the Bible on my own, and started understanding the basics of what it meant to be a disciple of Christ. I started understanding it all on my own, honestly. Then middle school hit. I was made fun of for being fat. I weighed 180 in 6th grade. I didn't have many friends. I had maybe at most 4, maybe. I wasn't really involved with a church. The only thing I had ministering to me was a program called Center Stage and Yoke. After a Yoke Spring Camp, which was held at the location of Camp Ioka, I told my mom that I would like to go back to be a camper again back at Ioka itself. I went whenever I was like 7 or 8, but I got kicked out because I was just that bad of a kid, and I hated being away from home, so I got homesick and all that. So when I was in middle school, I started attending the camp itself in the summers again. Lost my great aunt in the summer of 2009. In the year 2010, I lost my cousin. I was in 7th grade at the time. He actually was a cancer survivor and got hit by a car sledding down a hill. I started to blame God, questioning him. Why was he doing this to my family? I started doubting his ways. I even doubted if there even was a God because of how angry I got at him at the time. Turns out, God let my cousin die the way he did because if he didn't, the cancer would have came back and killed him. And at the time, I didn't quite understand any reasoning behind it. Then in 2011, my bad, I lost my grandmother. She just wasn't doing good health-wise. When it comes to Camp Ioka, I started going back to camp and apparently enjoyed every moment of it. I got through middle school and started understanding better what that decision really meant. I knew I was saved, but finally understood it. Then went on being campers for years after that, all the way through high school. Then I seen somebody who was at camp who I used to go to church with, and she told me that I knew youth pastor and that I should try to go back. So I came one Wednesday night. I was hesitant, but the youth group did accept me as I was, which kind of made me reassure myself of the fact that God does exist. Then I got baptized with the church. Then I got smothered through the loop. Then realized I was letting everything get after I got baptized, I was just letting everything get in the way of God. Instead of putting God first and having everything fit, I was putting everything else first, and God barely fit it. Then I went to Hearts on Fire a few years back with that youth group, and I rededicated my life back to God. Then the college journey started for me in the fall of 2015, freshman year of college. I asked God a question. He responded. I asked him to give me a clearer sign of the fact that I'm not alone and that he will help me get through college. He gave me that answer this past summer at camp, when I didn't have any intentions of that getting answered. He answered the question to my prayers, but on his timing. My Bible got soaked. Long story short, none of the passages got written. Before that, a few months before that, my friend, one of the people I graduated with jumped off of a bridge and killed himself. And it was an eye-opener for my friend and I. So, she started going to church, and I went with her, but currently I haven't been going, which I think kind of led me to other things becoming my focus, and I completely lost track of everything. I felt like I was hopeless and worthless, and I was even questioning him again. Then I thought to myself, for this new year, to keep my eye on the prize of God. He knows my needs and my plans I will go through, with him carrying me through them. I know he will not give me something I can't handle when I'm struggling. He will help me get through it by making me stronger. No matter what I've been through, I know that he will never abandon me. Then I'm going to read okay. This is the ESV version out of James 1, 2 through 4. Count it all joy, my brothers, when you meet trials of various kinds, for you know that the testing of your faith produces steadfastness, and steadfastness has its full effect, and that you may be perfect, complete, lacking in nothing. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask God, who gives generously to all without reproach, and it will be given him. But let him ask in faith with no doubting, for the one who doubts is like the wave of sea that is driven and tossed by the wind. For that person must not suppose he will receive anything from the Lord. He is double-minded, unstable in his ways. Anyways, that was James 2 through 7, I think. But we're all gonna endure. Point is, we're all gonna endure struggles, and we're all gonna go through struggles differently. And when we do that, long as we remember God's by our side, anything's possible. Thank you.